about them Cowboys. Cowboys losing another divisional round playoff game, and it is against the San Francisco 49ers, 19-12. Very sad. Very sad. And do you know what's not? It's so great. It's beautiful seeing the Cowboys lose, especially to my favorite team, the best team out there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's definitely great to see. Now, to talk about this, fuck the Cowboys. I'll just say this at first. Let me just get the fanboy in me out. The Cowboys fucking suck. And now let me be realistic here. The Cowboys are a good team. Did they deserve to beat the Niners? No. Were they close to? Yes. I will say it was a close game. Of course. I'm not talking about the fan in me. That's out right now. Now we'll just talk about, I'll be honest for a second. Cowboys did play great defensively. Offensively, they were a no-show. Dak Prescott had a good drive, and that was basically it. After that, he just kept throwing short passes. Nice, great play, deep throw to CeeDee Lamb. That was beautiful. I don't know why they didn't keep taking more shots, which they had only twice. One was an incompletion, which Travarius Ward was matched up against Michael Gallup. And CeeDee Lamb, they didn't really go off. He did have that nice, great play for like 49 yards, but mostly they've been keeping him check. I know it says 117 yards, but if you take out that big play, it really didn't affect much of it. Dalton Schultz he made two bonehead plays. Instead of making forward progress, he decided, you know what? Oh, I'm hit. Oh, I'm going to go back. Okay. Just idiot. It wasn't even a hard hit. It wasn't a hard hit at all. Being stupid and not putting his foot on the ground to, give them a little bit more leeway in the Hail Mary. Nope. That was not a thing. He literally just caught one and then stepped all the way over that line. Just pure stupidity. What can you expect from the Cowgirls? And Tony Pollard, I hope he will be okay. I hope he's all right. He had 6 carries for 22 yards. I can't really analysis his game. I can't really say much about his game as a whole because he only got 6 touches. Or he did get a catch. No, he didn't get 6 touches. He got 6 carries and how many catches? Just 2 catches. I mean, wasn't much, but maybe they could have won with him, maybe not, but I guess we'll never know. And Zeke was trash. He was not good this game. He has not been good recently. I don't know why they paid him nearly $40 million to play like shit, but it was a no-show. Without touchdowns, he's basically nothing. Without being in the goal line, he's pretty much non-existent. Tony Pollard was pretty much their whole offense, as well as CeeDee Lamb, which he had a pretty good game. He had a good game. I won't say he was spectacular. He wasn't elite. I know he was probably their only great player. His only great offense player, to be exact. But other than that, he wasn't really doing too much. Cowboys' defense was a menace this game. They were really going off. They didn't commit any turnovers, but they damn sure were getting pressured to motherfucking Brock Purdy. He was getting pressured all game. Especially in that first half, he had to run for his fucking life. Especially DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons going crazy. Micah Parsons did not have a sack this game, but they sure were getting him some damn pressure. As well as, number 97. I cannot pronounce his name for his fucking life, so you just have to go with that. And Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs were covering up the wide receivers pretty nicely. George Kittle did go off. He was pretty much their only offensive player who was putting in some work for the Niners. I wouldn't say their only, but offensively they were struggling, especially in that first half. Second half, they somewhat got better. Brock Purdy, no touchdown passes, no touchdown runs. McCaffrey didn't have that great of a game, only 10 carries for 35 yards. And, he did have some nice catches. He had 6 catches. They weren't really explosive plays, but, he just nice, 5-yard catch. It's pretty simple. Brock Purdy didn't do anything spectacular. He didn't make any crazy plays, any wacky, improvisation plays. But, he did his job and not turn the ball over. And he didn't do too much. He was playing a very nice game manager role, which is what Jimmy Garoppolo did, which is nice to see that he could manage the game. It's good to see that. Elijah Mitchell had 14 carries. He had the most carries in the team. 51 yards, 3.6 average per carry. And he was doing all right. Some plays he would have, nice runs, and then he would be stopped immediately. It was kind of here and there where he would get nice carries, and then sometimes he would just be stopped, like 0 yards. Debo, he didn't do shit running wise. Catching, only 4 catches, 45 yards. Nothing crazy, just an alright game from him. Brandon Ayuk didn't really do much. Jawan Jennings was alright. George Kittle, 9 catches, 95 yards. Great game from him. And to talk about that Niners defense, Fred Warner was the MVP of the defense, having an interception and having the most tackles on the team and really being that force, that great defensive player. He was the best defensive player on the team, really putting pressure, covering amazingly, especially on CD Lamb where he was on the line of scrimmage and he ran straight back and deflected the pass. Amazing work from Fred Warner in coverage and stopping the run. Ward played a great game. He made the game-winning tackle. He was covering up CD Lamb on the slot. He was doing really good. Travarius Ward, he didn't make any mistakes, really. I didn't see him. He didn't really make any plays, but he was just great all game. Dre Greenlaw made a stupid fucking 15-yard penalty, and he was kind of being reckless this game. Diamador Lenore, they picked on him once, but he also picked off Dak Prescott. Good for him. 2 interceptions. He had an interception last game, and this game looks like he's somewhat improving a bit. I wouldn't give him too much credit, but he is doing a bit better than he was having a struggle. Nick Bosa really didn't. The defensive line wasn't really going off. Samson Ebukam had a sack, but they were getting a little bit of pressure. It wasn't a crazy amount. And Eric Armstead could have had a sack, but he decided, I'm just going to bump into Dak Prescott, and you know what? I'm sorry for hitting you. You know what? Take a free shot. Thank God he didn't do shit, but you know what? That was pretty stupid. And Ray McLeod, to talk about the special teams, to talk about both teams' special teams, Brett Maher missing a kick. He's probably going to get cut realistically. And Ray McLeod had a nice 53-yard kick return, but prior to that he did fumble, so get a little bit even. Turpin, and he was doing pretty damn good himself, getting pretty big yards for kick returns. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for the game. Now they will be facing the Eagles, which is a nice little preview. I will talk about that sooner. Just let's talk about the AFC real quick. Bills are eliminated from the playoffs. It does kind of suck to see because, for DeMar, but I guess storylines don't work like that in the NFL, do they? But hopefully, it seems like DeMar is great right now. It's good to see him being healthy and safe right now. I don't think he will play another down again, and if he does, this is somewhat like Alex Smith thing, where he nearly died and he's playing, which if he does that, hey, man, that's a warrior right there. And who else lost this playoffs? Talking about other teams, the Giants lost. They were frauds. Oh, okay, not frauds, but they were not They were not as talented of a team as Philadelphia or any other. They were probably the least talented. But hey, they were the best coached. I will say that they were probably one of the best coached teams out there. Jacksonville, no one expected them to ever do much. It was like that was the last stop, Kansas City, and that was it. We all expected Kansas City to do well. Patrick Mahomes does have an injury, which I will talk about in the next video. But to talk about the Eagles and Niners preview, will be definitely the best team that the Niners will face, as well as the Eagles. Eagles will be the toughest matchup for the Niners. I did say Brock Purdy will have the toughest time with the Cowboys, but the Niners as a whole will most likely have the toughest time towards the Eagles. They are facing the Eagles in Philadelphia, which is cold, which I don't think weather is really an issue for the Niners because they have players who play in the cold and who have played in northern or who play up north. So yeah, there's no weather concerns with me. Also, the Eagles have the best running game in the league. They have a great running back in Miles Sanders and a great quarterback who can run, and an MVP candidate in Jalen Hurts, which Niners historically have been awful with the running quarterbacks. I don't know about historically, but with DeMeco Ryans, he's not been able to contain a mobile quarterback. It has been difficult. The reason why Jared Stidham went off is because he used his legs. If it's statues, you're done. If it's mobile quarterbacks, it's going to be a rough one. Now, with the Eagles' defense, they do have a great bounce. They have a better defense because they can stop the run and the pass. But I wouldn't say this is Brock Purdy's toughest matchup. I think defensively this will be their toughest matchup. Offensively, I think the Niners can withdo, although Darius Slay is a beast. And their Eagles' defensive line is something to look out for. But other than that, I say the Niners would win. You could say, oh, well, Niners have a rookie quarterback, third stringer. Well, he's been winning. So we can't really use that, right? He's been winning. And he's playing better than the Niners' starting quarterback and their backup quarterback. So a third string, sure. A rookie, yes. Something to be concerned about? No, because he's playing well. Even in his worst game, he had no interceptions. This game is probably his worst or least impressive game. And he didn't play bad. He just played meh. Played mediocre. I'd say, I don't even say mediocre. He just played average. So that's his worst showing. So I wonder what his best showing will be. So I wonder when we can see his worst. Maybe the Eagles could get to him. Maybe the Eagles are going to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think so. And I think the Chiefs will beat the Bengals. And it'll be a rematch of Chiefs and 49ers. Which Patrick Mahomes will destroy the 49ers, realistically, because Niners have never been able to stop him. I don't think they'll stop him now. So, yep, Niners will defeat the Eagles, and see ya. But before I go, how about them Cowboys, right?